people. Tracy Reed coming at you today with day 4 of my December daily, and today is a short and sweet process video where I am going to be doing a single page in my December daily about our gift wrap. So first of all, I am currently in Photoshop, and I have taken my pen tool and I have created a shape around the edges of my in the white space of my photo, obviously. And I have just used the pen tool and clicked where I want the points of the path to be. And then I used my text tool and filled in that path just by clicking inside of it. Then I deleted the shape that I had created with the pen tool and I was left with just the path. So I actually decided that I wanted to use this photo on top of my other photo to tell the story. So I now need to edit this path. So I have command clicked the path in the path palette, and now I'm using my rectangular marquee tool while holding down Alt to subtract the shape that I have just drawn with that marquee tool, so that I just got rid of the point of that sort of triangular part of the path. Then I went ahead and clicked Define Path down on the Path palette and that defined it from that selection. And then I refilled in my new path with this text. I decided it was a little bit too close to that photo. I wanted it to move over a little bit, so I used my direct selection tool to select both of those points and dragged them over to the right. And now I have a perfect path around both of my photos to print directly onto my photo. So I'm not going to print the second photo onto my first photo, but I am using it as a placeholder to make sure that I have everything where I want it to be. So I've added a shadow, I've added a stroke because I want there to be a small white outline, and then I'm coming in and fixing a typo, and now I will move that photo over and I will print it separately. Random spell check, no spelling errors. So I'm going to move this photo over. I'm going to remove that drop shadow because I definitely don't want it to print onto my photo or onto my print. And then I decide that I want to make it just slightly smaller. At first I make it larger, I think, but then I decide I want to make it slightly smaller to give me just a little bit more room to mat it with some pattern paper from the Oh What Fun collection from Stitcher's Twist Kits that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to make it, at first I make it so it's 2.25 by 2.25, and then I decide no, I want to go smaller. So I make it 2 inches by 2 inches, or at least as close as I can get. And now I'm ready to print. I hate wasting all of this extra space, but I didn't really want to plan ahead to my next page quite yet. So I'm just going to print it as is, making sure I choose photo and best. This is going to print my journaling directly onto my photo, and then I can move over into real life, and now I'm ready to put it together. Now this page came together really quickly, really simply, because I decided I wanted to keep it simple. I've been doing a little bit of I've been doing a whole lot with the rest of my pages, and I always use the same photo every year for my wrapping paper. And this page is a little bit different than my norm because I kind of have a sub story to my first story, which is that I always buy like aesthetic wrapping paper, just wrapping paper that coordinates. It's different from year to year. Sometimes I go with, one year I had a Harry Potter theme. Another year I bought some Five Nights at Freddy's wrapping paper for my youngest. So all of the rest of the wrapping papers matched that. This year I went with a nice clean, traditional color palette because our tree is very natural with all of the Yule ornaments that I put on there and the Yule trimmings that I put on there. So when my husband brought home Disney Princess wrapping paper for me, it was both dismaying and amusing. So this pink present is perfect to tell this story because the wrapping paper is pink, and obviously it doesn't match my very aesthetic choices with my wrapping paper. So I just thought it was the perfect way to frame this whole story. But you can see that I got some weird white space trapped between the wrapping paper and the present itself. So I decided to go ahead and add this cute holly outline motif thing popping up the leaves on foam tapes so that they don't hover above the page and they're nice and supported, but I didn't do the berries because the berries are going over the present that is already on foam tape. So now I'm looking at this, trying to decide what I want to do for my number. This is day 4, and I wanted to keep it real clean. So what I decided to do is stamp, and I'm going to pull in some stamps from Stitcher's Twist. I believe, what is this one called? There it is. Is it Sadie? Sadie lowercase. It has the numbers on it, and I really like this clean font for my numbers. So I'm going to stamp them in red, Rockin' Red Catherine Pooler ink, which is the perfect color for Christmas because it is a Christmas color or part of their Christmas line. And I was going to add in some more stamping, but I decided I really just wanted to keep it clean. So we're going to take this 4 and we're going to put it right above the present. And when I stamp the numbers, I decide that there's just something missing still. And you know me, it's hard for me to be a clean scrapbooker. So I didn't want to add more to this page. I wanted it to be just nice and white and not overly cluttered. So I'm thinking to myself, what can I add here that's going to feel like it finishes this off without adding more to this page? So I pull out the little stamp set that came with the Christmas collection from Stitcher's Twist this year. It's called Christmas Tags, and it has this cute little row of hearts on it that I think will be perfect. So first I pull off this one, and nope, that's not what I want. So then I find the little hearts, and I decide to stamp them right here by my journaling. And that gives that little red pop down at the bottom too, and it finishes it off in a way that unless you're a crafter, I don't think you can describe it. It just was perfect. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is a link in the description box to the blog post for this page for all of the credits and the still images. All right, thank you.